Greetings and salutations, guys. Let me show you something new to the collection here.
What we do here is go back.
That is a AMT 380 backup. What the hell is an AMT 380 backup, you may say? Well, these were manufactured until about 2001, and they were marketed mostly towards law enforcement as a backup piece, hence the name backup. And High Standard bought these out and made some changes to update to accommodate the new market for personal defense handguns. This particular one looks kind of like a little teeny 1911, doesn't it? And it has a single action trigger, which means it has a thumb safety and a grip safety like a 1911. And the redesign, they put a bigger trigger guard in here to accommodate a gloved finger with a traditional, or I should say traditional, with a double action trigger, and that did away with all the safeties. They still make these, but they're a little bit different than this. I bought this one because I saw a video a couple years ago on this gun, and I thought that's cool. If I ever see one, I'll have to buy one. I was at the local gun store, one of the local gun stores here, and I was looking at a Bursa, and there was a Kel-Tec P 3AT, and then over in the corner sat this thing, and I thought, oh, I know what that is. And paid just a little over $200 for it, which is probably too much, but when am I ever going to see another one, right? So I'm going to roll some footage in here of the first time I shot this gun, and it had some issues the first time I shot it, but I didn't do anything with it. I brought it out and I shot 30 rounds through it, and I didn't lube it or anything, and there were some issues, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Right now, I've lubed it up, taken it apart, I cleaned it, and addressed some issues, and then we'll shoot it again. Let's see how it runs. Tiny. This gun came with 2 mags, and yeah, this one mag, the follower is broken, so I'm gonna have to try to find me a new a magazine. You can find them. They're out there, but you're gonna pay for them. I think the cheapest one I found so far was $25, and I think that's the issues that I'm having with the feeding issues, is that the magazine is not exactly up to snuff. I tried epoxying this back together, but when I took this magazine apart, the follower came out in 4 pieces. So, yeah. Anyway, so if it's pretty snappy. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but it's not an enjoyable gun to shoot. It's got some weight to it, which is good, but still, it's got some poke to it. I'm shooting Full Metal Jacket, Magtex, 90 grains. Yeah, nothing special, just off the shelf ball ammo. And it's not something that you're going to take to the range and shoot a couple hundred rounds through. It's not that comfortable. Now, it has very few features on it. I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's no mag catch. There's no magazine release where you would normally find a magazine release that has the European style mag release, right? And it doesn't have a slide lock feature. In fact, it doesn't even stay open on the last round, and 380s of this size usually don't. But yeah, what can I say about it? It's a fixed barrel design. It's a really simple design. I think it's a cute little gun. This is what I'm carrying right now, but it does have its drawbacks. I like this little pistol. I don't think it's going to be in circulation for that long, but it's a nice addition to my collection. A little pocket gun. I got this thing for obscure pistols. I don't know what it is, but right now I'm going to load up 5 more rounds and send them down range. Danger that bitch up. And 5-round magazine, 1 in the pipe. Alright. I'm shooting at 7 yards. The sights are integral to the slide, so this isn't a target pistol. This is, I'm going to shoot you in the face pistol. So let's go back to the bench, tear it down, and I'll show you how this thing is constructed. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Now we're back here at the Crooked Nail Ranch, so let's take this thing down. First things first, let's safeten this thing up. I want to show you how to take this thing down. So we need a tool to push this pin out. I'll be right back. Alright, so you're going to need an 1/8 inch punch or something close to it. This is just a small Phillips screwdriver. Push that pin out. Push it from the left to the right. Like that. Pin. Screwdriver. Next thing you're going to need is a paper clip or something small and wiry like that. Let's see if I can find something. Oh, one more thing before you get too far. Pull the trigger. Drop the hammer. You won't be able to take it down if the hammer is cocked. You need to drop the hammer. So I got a real tiny Allen And this, I'll show you why this is important in a minute, but you pull the slide back slightly and put that between the bolt face and the barrel like so. Then, I should have prepared a little better. You take a wooden dowel or a polymer coated punch or a pencil and you push this block out the top of the gun. Let me show you. What is this? Scrap oak out through the bottom of the magazine well and push that block up and out. Once you get about that far, then you just take it out. There. What that paper clip does is it, see the bottom edge here of the bolt face? It keeps the bolt away from the feed lips so that these don't get hung up on the feed lip, so you don't damage that. And that's the firing pin and everything. You don't have to take that apart. That pin right there holds the extractor. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to polish this up a little bit and smooth those out. Maybe just slightly bevel the edge so it's not such a sharp edge there. I think what's happening, yeah. Water here is making some weird noises. Now that it's the bolt block is out of there, now you just pick up on the back of the gun, the back of the slide like that, push it forward, and you got a guide rod with a spring and the slide. There's your fixed barrel. As the barrel's welded to the frame. So I'm gonna work on this, the feed lip, a little bit more. I'm gonna clean some of the sand out of this thing. It doesn't function very good when it's dirty. And I had it in my pocket, in my jacket pocket here that I pick up. And I pick up range scrap, throw it in my pocket, and all that dirt shit's in the gun now. So clean this thing up, do a little more fluffing and buffing, and you see if I can get this thing to shoot a little more consistently. Reassembly is just the reverse of the disassembly, like so. If you notice, this pin has a little detent right there, and that is on the side that has a little dent in the end, and the other end has a tapered end. That's got to go in from this side. Bob's your uncle. That. Now, when I bought this gun, I asked the guy behind the counter. The gun store that I bought this from is one of the two that are in Pahrump locally, and the proprietor, the owner of the gun store, is a woman. Now she knows her stuff, and if I would have asked her, she would have gave me an answer, and if she didn't have the answer, she would have got it for me. But the cowpoke that was working behind the counter had the personality of a cactus. And he didn't know how to take this thing down. He looked at it and he goes, I don't know, let's go ask Jim. Jim apparently is the resident gunsmith. So I went and asked Jim, and Jim said, you can take it down, but we don't recommend it unless you're a qualified gunsmith. Well, that's really convenient, ain't it, Jim? You're going to sell me a gun, but you're not going to tell me how to take it down. That's okay. That's okay. The internet exists. See, Jim's still living in the 70s. It's 2016. And if you have a question, that's what I love about the era that we live in. If you have a question, it can be answered under a minute if you're willing to Google it. So I went on the interwebs and I went on the tubes and I typed in AMT 380 backup, and a few videos came up. There's not a lot of videos, there's a few. And so this will be one more. And my guy showed me how to take this thing down. It wasn't that difficult. You need to be a qualified gunsmith. A gunsmith is, you know, a gun is just a machine. I tear down and put back together cars. Not for a living, for fun. I think I can handle a gun. But anyway, there you have it. It's a pretty simple machine. It's single action trigger. Looks like a 1911. Hurts like hell when you shoot it. I think this is going to be one of those guns that's kind of a ammo queen. It doesn't like some sorts of ammo and likes others. I think what I'm going to start shooting in this is, or carrying, while I'm carrying this, what I'm going to use for personal defense ammo is Lehigh Defense CNC machined pure copper bullets. Those seem to be the cat's meow. So, any questions? Comment in the comment section. Any pointers? Do the same. In the meantime, get out there and shoot. It's springtime in Nevada, which is comparable to summertime in Lake Michigan. But the weather's starting to turn. The grass is starting to grow. I've got grass growing here in the front yard. I'm pretty pumped about that. And it's just great to be outside shooting. And exercise your right, man. Exercise your right. Get out there and go shoot. It's a lot of fun. In the meantime, keep your eyes peeled for the next one that's coming. Should be here Friday, like I mentioned. And I'm not going to mention what it is. But there might be a couple more guns coming into the collection here in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, go out and have some fun. Go shooting. Have fun. Stay safe. Shoot straight. Keep your powder dry. And you have yourself a splendid day. Now I got to go clean this thing. Oh.